Alright, what we're going to look at in this video is how to figure out the 5 positions or patterns of the minor pentatonic scale. And I say figure out because that's what you want to do with new information on the guitar. You want to take that initial concept and then apply it across the fretboard and across the different keys. Okay, so let's look at the first pattern and see what comes out of it and see what kind of patterns we can find that'll help us along the way. So we're going to do this in A minor. So we have the 5th fret, A, and then our next note is going to be the pinky. Okay, and a lot of you guys probably already know this scale, but let's just go through it real quick anyway. So first finger, pinky, first finger, third finger, first finger, third finger, first, third, first, pinky, and leading back into our other root note string, first finger, pinky. So let's look at the pattern that has emerged here. Okay, we've got a minor third, and then this is a major second or a whole step on this string. And we've got 3 strings of that, 3 strings of whole steps. And then the string that leads back to our root note string is always also going to be a minor third. Okay? And that's also going to line right up with it. They're going to be symmetrical like this. Unless, of course, our root note string is on the B string, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. So let's review this shape one more time. So we have our first finger, and then minor third, and then 3 whole steps, and then minor third, minor third. So to get up into the next spot on the neck where we're going to figure out pattern 2, we're going to come back down to our root note one more time, and we're going to count through the 5 notes of the pentatonic scale, because penta meaning 5, tonic meaning root note. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to slide up to our next root note, or the octave, and we're going to apply the same pattern. Okay, so we're going to have minor third, and then major second or whole step, major second, and then we're going to be back to minor third and our root note string. So here we are at the 7th fret of the 4th string, minor third, and then we have major second, and then we're going to have to shift up 1 fret because of the way that the guitar is tuned. When we get to the B string, the interval there between the 3rd and 2nd string is a major third. All the other strings, it's a 4th. So since that's 1 note lower, or 1 fret lower, we're going to have to compensate by shifting up. So we have our 2nd string of whole steps, 3rd string of whole steps. So let's walk back down that, kind of look at what we did. We shift back down, and then we're back to our root note string. Okay, and then right below that, we're going to be nice and symmetrical, and we're also going to have another minor third. And now, because on our other E string, the high E string, we had 8th fret and 10th fret because we had shifted up for the B string, we're going to have that down here as well. Because those notes are always going to be the same. They're the same string, just a couple octaves away from each other. Okay, so coming back now to where our root note was, which was the 7th fret on the 4th string, we're going to get into our next pattern. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to shift up because of the B string, and we're going to slide up to our new root note. Okay, so we have the same pattern here. We're just starting from the 2nd string. Alright, so we have minor third. And now, it's worth pausing and mentioning, because of this tuning and shifting, that when we come down, we're going to have to shift down, because we're starting on the B string. We're going to have to shift down for the 3rd string to keep that pattern in line, okay, to keep the notes correct to our key. So, let's just look at this pattern here. So we've got minor third, whole step or major second. Okay, and if we take this and we jump down to our other E string with the same 2 notes, this is our first string of seconds, and then we're going to have the next 2. And we already looked at the fact that we need to shift down because of the tuning of the B string. And we shift back up to our B string. and there's our root note string. So let's go from here and let's get to the next pattern. So we have our root note, 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's just jump down here. So we have 3 and 4 again, and then our 5th note, and we're going to slide up to our tonic, or our new root note. So here we are at the 12th fret. We're almost done with these patterns. Okay, so we're going to have minor third, same exact thing going on here. So minor third, and then 3 strings of seconds. We got to watch out for that B string. So here we go. Whole step, we shift up, we have a whole step, and let's just go back down that once before we hit that high E string. So go down that whole step, we shift back down, another whole step there, and now we are back to our root note string where we have the minor third, and the string below it is always symmetrical unless we're starting on the 2nd string, which we're not here. So nice and symmetrical, we have minor third, and that tells us our high string is also going to be on those same frets, which are the 12th and the 15th, right? Same notes, just a couple octaves apart. So let's review this pattern once more. So back to the 5th string, we have minor third, major second, we shift up, and we shift back or reach back with our 1st finger, and we have that minor third again, going back down, shifting up for that B string, shifting back down, minor third. And now let's get up to our last pattern. So we have our root note, and we're going to think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes for our pentatonic scale, and up to our tonic, or root note. And we're going to, once again, apply the same idea of minor third, 3 seconds, or whole steps, whichever you want to call it is fine. And then another minor third for our string that gets us back to our root note string. So let's check that out. So minor third, and then moving on to the next string, we have to shift up. And that's a major second again. And then we have our 2nd string of seconds. And now let's jump down to the low E. We have the same 2 notes, and that's still just our 2nd string of seconds. And we're on to our 3rd string of seconds, 5th string. And now we need to bring our 1st finger back down to line back up with our root note string, because those are always symmetrical. We have minor third, and we're back to the root note string. Okay, so that's the last pattern. Let's get back up to our 1st position or 1st pattern. So we have right here our root note, A, and then our 2nd note, and then 3rd, 4th, 5th, and now if we slide up a whole step, we're back to that original pattern of Okay, so I think that method really puts it in your head of the pattern of the scale, and that will free you up to be comfortable starting in any key once you know all your notes across the fretboard, and also to not be locked into one spot. So if somebody is jamming in G, you're not stuck starting with your solos and probably ending your solos there or up here an octave higher. You can start at the 4th string, any of the strings, once you got all those patterns down, and it can really unlock your playing, unlock the whole fretboard, and you'll start to see how you can get these lines moving up and down the entire neck. So a great way to practice these is just go back through what we did. Maybe watch the video again and let it all sink in, the idea of the pattern, and then do it yourself. Sit down and just try to figure out how we got to what we got to. And once you have that down, then sit with a track, any minor key or any blues track is going to work too, and start working on soloing in an unfamiliar area. Instead of starting on that 6th string, start on the 3rd string, start on the 2nd string, find your root note, and think about that scale pattern, and follow your ear, and come up with some licks and have some fun. So that's going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, please post them below or send me a message. And if you have any requests for other lessons, leave them in a comment or a message, and I will try to get to those. Alright, thanks a lot.